Yeah. Maya's been kidnapped and is essentially being held for ransom, where the ransom is find this guy innocent, which probably means this guy did it. No. Yeah, right now we're playing as Maya. Well, we figured that was a good stopping point, switching character perspectives. If I remember correctly, they want us to find Max on guard guilty. Or maybe it's, yeah, I think this guy's the guy that's been murdered, and this is the guy we have to find guilty. So, Wendy Oldbag was the security guard in the case involving Will Powers, who we represented in the first game as part of the Silver Samurai show. His show has since become a spin-off to the Nickel Samurai. Yeah, and then the rival show to that show is called the Jammy Ninja, and that Jammy Ninja apparently got murked. I am known as the Killer. Yeah. We do not know, I guess. I mean, we're Phoenix again now. No, she might not be being held in the hotel. We don't necessarily know that. We know she got kidnapped from the hotel. It doesn't mean they didn't leave the hotel. Yeah, that's how it always goes. If you, no, if you recall correctly, right before we switched perspectives to Maya, we were told we weren't allowed to go fucking snoop around shit by the cops. So we had to literally wait a day. Okay, you're aware that the guy asked us not to investigate, but to specifically get a specific outcome, meaning no matter what, it's going to take a certain amount of time. Like, court doesn't happen for multiple days. So, and in order to get the outcome the kidnapper wants, we have to go to court anyway. So we have to, like, there's time that we have to kill here. I mean, he might do his own stunts. Some stars do their own stunts. Yeah, it depends on what you do and your risk of danger. For the average person, life insurance isn't that expensive. No, we haven't talked to him yet. Fuck. Ah, I'm dropping stuff. Okay. We went over the fact that we're a lawyer. I mean, we did. It's just this guy's kind of dumb. It looks like. No. Present stuff to him. We don't have anywhere else we can go. The game doesn't let us go anywhere right now. I mean, he's got to go back to his cell, I guess. I don't know. Oh, he did. He said, "I didn't kill the guy. I'm innocent." He said that. And then there's no locks or anything, and the locks have to do with the fact that he's hiding something. So the other thing means he's not hiding anything. Oh, here's old bag. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I mean, in all fairness, she's not a security guard right now. That's not her job. Oh, you're right. She's a member of, even though she's in a spacesuit for some reason, she's she's a member of hotel security. And and as stated here, I'm pretty sure her real name is Wendy Oldbag because that was her name in the first game. Yeah, Hammer was the victim of last year's murder. But yeah, I mean, he didn't he didn't fall off a roof. He was pushed off of a staircase onto the metal spikes of a fence railing. Okay, but then once you cover it up, then what do you call it, Jeff? I was gonna say, well, that, but even if so, well, so hold on. Let's talk about actual charges here, at least in the U.S. court system. There's something called accidental manslaughter, which is what that probably would have been until she tried to cover it up. In the murderer who's not in this game, from the last game, when she tried to cover it up, that made it murder. Well, the charge would have gotten changed. So instead of her being charged with accidental manslaughter, it would have become murder. It would have become a murder charge. No, I don't remember there being another guy. I don't recall another guy. Oh, you're right. There was another male in the kit. There was like the director, but I don't think it was him. The show's producer was blackmailing him, if I recall correctly. Character who's now been in 3 cases in the series. A lot of heart. Oh, and now she's rattling off again, and the game takes control of. Four fucking locks. And she. That's Old Big's thing. Even in the first game, Old Big was a pain in the ass to get information out of. Yeah, it might be a different food setup for a different day. Oh, here's Lotta. Someone took Lotta's camera. I mean, she might have another camera, but losing a $700 camera is still gonna piss you the fuck off. And she managed to get like 60% off the camera because of this. I mean, her camera went missing when she was running around yesterday. After the murder, looking around and snooping about. When she was snooping about after the murder yesterday is when her camera went. Well, her camera went missing after the murder, not before the murder. Oh god damn it! Another one? At least one's two. My guess is we have this stuff for Lada. I guess. I don't know. Let's see if there's anywhere else we can go first. Yeah, we can. So we can go to the 2 hotel rooms. Yeah. So, whose room do you want to go to first? Victim's room or accused room? It's Zero Suit Samus. And hair not in a ponytail, plus Zero Suit has sleeves. What? Oh, I thought she's his manager is what I'm pretty sure she's gonna be. I'm I'm Adrian Andrews. I hate to waste time, so let's get down to business. All right. Small stature, but then after dinner, she went to the lobby to set up for the press conference. She didn't say it. She didn't say it like she didn't say the words "I'm his manager," but she said that like she represents him or something. So, like she said a line that would imply what her job is, and that you took it as she's our rival, and it's like she's not our rival. Where did you think it was? Right there? You aren't seriously about that? Yeah, that's why I wanted to find your government sake. I have no idea how he could choose. Oh yeah, there's a typo. They're just missing a no. Is all it is. When games have this much text in them, there's always some random little typo that made it through. she's the studio. Let's see what- Yeah. So the line there is that they had T-bone steaks, which is what they were also ate the lunch of the other murder case last year, like in the first game. Well, it was important in the last case because he was drugged. His food was drugged, so the his what he had to eat and when was important in the last case. There's no hover dub. Place to change. Alright, well, let's start presenting her with stuff. Say about old pig. They were actual rivals. Balada. Anything to say about willpower? Oh, she does have something to say about willpower. I mean, it's not that she necessarily didn't believe it. It's that there was a hinge of pain to her words. So think of it this way: you have a person in your life that you think is a really kind and nice person, and the world cheated them and just kicked them and beat them until they were within an inch of their life, or until it eventually killed them or something, right? Like a father figure or someone in your life that you cared immensely about was a really kind and nice person, but never seemed to be able to get a leg up, and eventually it destroyed them. You would have the opinion of nice people don't make it in this world, but you would be pained to know that that's something you believe. So she might believe nice people can't make it in this world, but it's not a well, nice people can't make it in this world. Everybody has to be mean. It's a more of a sad but true that nice people can't make it. So my guess is someone in her life, whether it is going to be Will Powers himself or someone else, she cared for, and they couldn't make it in this world because of that'd be a that'd be a that'd be a crazy twist. I hate talking about myself. It's trifling matter. That's fine. At least she had different dialogue when you represented herself. Have you seen the camera? Talking about the press conference. Officially, the press conference tickets. So there is something fishy about this press conference, because even she's saying, "Yeah, I didn't know much about it." Yeah, so it seems like it might have been like a last minute decision. On guard literally didn't know about it. Period. And she's got a lock too. She's got 4. Alright, well, let's go to the other room now. I have a feeling this guy I have a feeling this guy liked bears. He's trying to help us out with the kidnapping as much as he can without involving the greater police force, because if the greater police force gets to win, there was the whole don't contact the police thing. So essentially Gumshoes is helping us under the table. Both. Because he still has his normal job to do, right? His normal job is to investigate the murder. But while he's here, he's keeping an eye out for things that can help us involving the kidnapping, which he can't tell his superiors about, and he's doing, pro bono secretly, right? So he got us. Apparently, he got us a map of the hotel. Hmm. I mean, she's like 5 years old, and I mean, there's a hallway that goes farther down and off the map. Why? Why is Corita's room so fucking long though? Okay, but a watch. You gotta realize there's analog watches. Yeah, but she doesn't know digital stuff, and she can know what normal watches. They probably have normal watches in the village. Yep. Apparently, there's carrot juice, tomato juice are all empty. But there's all sorts of other vegetable juices. There's beet. Apparently, ketchup is in there. There's a bottle of strawberry jam. It's all red foods. So the autopsy report isn't out yet, but apparently it's pretty obvious from the crime scene photo. No, I don't think it's gonna be what killed him either. Well, he could have been poisoned. He could have been poisoned or something. There's other ways to kill people other than stabbing. Yes. Yes. Apparently there's a witness too. Apparently Old Bay witnessed something. Not to mention there's something around where the Vic was. That's no, the map showed us something important. Not the map. When the conversation we just had with him showed me that I can slide the room and there's more stuff to look at over here. So that's what I'm on about. So I want to look at all this stuff. 'Cause it's the micro. It's the for the whole bedroom. Oh, he also had. Anyway, this is the chair he was found dead in, I assume. Cosmetics and a broken vase on the It's still worth noting. If everything else that would have been up here is on the floor, why is this random thing undisturbed? Like, at the very least, you'd expect it to be, like, tipped over up there or something if all this shit fell off. Like, whatever caused all of this crap to fall off, it should have caused this to fall off, too. Yeah, Pearl's noticed it before me, too. Hey, wait a minute. Von Karma, you're at the hotel. Yeah, she's around. Man, you're going. That's the. It's Gumshoes' pager. She is. Us. Well, maybe Edward's theme will play again in this game at some point if he ever shows back up, and if so, then maybe we'll get to hear a comparison. Otherwise, I'll pull it up at the end of today's video. I'll pull up a YouTube video of Edward's theme. She was actually berating. Most of what she was been doing is berating Gumshoe. No, that was Gumshoe she was attacking me too. She attacked us like twice. Alright, so now we get to go to the police department again, like we did in the first game. I assume it's Juan. Wendy Oldbag, the security lady. One autograph. See my dearest Wendy right now. That's something we probably need to break. One of Wendy's things. True. Yeah, there probably is. It's just we're only interacting with the characters that matter for the sake of the story. I mean, it's a love triangle, but with an additional character. That's all this is. Well, no, because the lines don't. No, in a love square, Jeff, there would be two characters love one person, and then one person loves two of the characters. Like, I already think love triangle is a bad term, because part of the fact that it's a triangle implies that the two guys should also be in love with each other. But supposedly that line is rivalry. So you have, if you imagine the love triangle, you have the 2 points are the guy, 1 point's the girl. The lines that point from the guys to the girl is love, and then the line that points between the two guys is supposedly rivalry. And a love square, if it was a square, you'd still only have 2 lines going to the girl that represent love, and then you'd have some other relation between the two guys to some unknown fourth character. So it doesn't work to call it a square. That'd be a lot of characters. That'd be 3 love triangles where characters involved in each love triangle are also in a separate love triangle. That's what a love triforce would be. Because points on the triangles would, yeah. You could actually figure it. Yeah, I could figure out a love. I can't think of an example of a love triforce, but I can certainly explain what it would be. um, yeah, there's some PBS show she watches, like an educational show, that was brought up in the the beginning of this chapter. Yeah, they're all just Super Sentai shows. It's a TV show, apparently. The final fight in front of his beloved Princess Mizola. I thought he was born a ninja, but he's not good at being a ninja, but his talent is actually in music. That's what I thought they said. The actor involving. Yes. The actor involving the jamming ninja dead. That he's our murder victim. I mean, they can always they could recast. There's a rumor going on around her, and the rumor is that she's a Super Metroid character. No, he was interested in her. Powers was interested in her, but he never like made a move, so they don't really know each other. But there's apparently celebrity gossip about it. Or there's celebrity gossip about her, not about this, not about their relation to each other. But there's anyway. To the mysterious yet beautiful manager stories. They're talking. I was reading the gist of it. Anyway, let's talk to Old Bag about the. Guess I guess. Oh, I know what we have to do. We don't present that to her. We have to do this. Start the lock game, and then it'll probably. Oh, 2 lock is a lot of had 2 locks. I don't know if it's evidence necessarily, but. Well, that got fixed. That solved that, I guess. We only have to show her the autograph, and it unlocks all 4 locks. I saw him coming out of Juan's room. It was about 10 minutes before Juan's body was discovered. It was just a coincidence. I was on my way to the bathroom, minding my own business. I mean, she was going to the bathroom and happened to see him walk out of the room. And then 10 minutes later, someone discovered the body in the room, and she was like, oh, I better tell the cops about what I saw 10 minutes ago. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so apparently there's a scandal that plagued Juan. Yeah. Jam in Midnight Rendezvous, superstar in a ultra hot mega secret love scene. A reliable story is to say that Juan Corrida has been getting in close with the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A. Or, I mean, she was working for the rival of. I don't know, but my guess is we might have stuff for other people's locks now. Yeah, and Lotta's only 2 locks, so let's go Lotta. Lotta, will you please answer my questions? Murder, why were you with? But yeah, I mean, it's, star-crossed lovers across companies. Yeah, she said New South. In the United States, the American South, yeah. No, she's saying if this story is true, what the people are gonna want is photos, and that's where I come in. I'm here to get the photo proof of it, and I'm gonna get rich because I'm gonna be the one that got the photo proof of it, not just fucking. Oh, she's gonna have the exclusive. She's gonna have the exclusive proof story, Jeff, the one that gives the photos and stuff. So she apparently wrote her story down on something. No, the paper was inside the case of her camera. Okay, so my guess is now we can. Oh yeah. Gumshoes has been in every adventure we've been on. He's our friend. Apparently there's airtight evidence, though. Yeah, it's the photo we already have. First, the button that's missing from the victim's chest. He has big buttons. And so their airtight stuff is fingerprints on the knife, button in the pants of the guy who was arrested, and Wendy Oldbag's testimony. You are correct, Jeff. They did. Anything to say about the newspaper gossip? A woman committed suicide 2 years ago, apparently. Less impact. Yeah, whatever puns the names are doing this episode, I'm missing them. Juan Corridas. No, these are definitely there's definitely pun names to it. I just don't know what they all are. Well, so she was so this one was Mr. Corrida's manager, and she was Miss Andrews' mentor. Okay. Uh oh. Yeah, but this theme isn't the same music from the first game. Yeah, but this song was not in the first game. I do not recognize it at all. I think he's gonna get to that here in a second. Not anymore. We took down Von Karma in the last game, which ended his perfect win record. And but no, he was arrested. It was 2 murders. One was one was Edgeworth's dad. And the other one was the other one was the cover up where he framed Edgeworth. I don't know. The last case of the game. Oh, they knew about it, but it vanished. So someone had it, and then it got stolen or something. I don't know. Apparently there was something suggested that there should be a suicide note, and they couldn't find it. Yeah, how do you know Miss Impact had even written such a note? So we'll find out here. There was no solid evidence, however, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger. Alright, so there you go. which means the likelihood of a suicide note is very high. I don't know. Apparently, Miss Andrews attempted suicide, and or it impacts the suicide drove her to try to commit suicide herself. Huh. A few days after, yeah. So her one suicide sparked another suicide, which sadly happens a lot. Well, they totally. Well, hold on, Jeff. Hold on, Jeff. Hold on, Jeff. That's a bullshit statement right there. They totally could have. She attempted suicide. They talked to her after she attempted suicide and didn't successfully kill herself. She would have clearly probably said something along the lines of, "Because so and so's dead, I don't want to live anymore." Now you know the two things are linked. Boom. All Adrian has to say is, "I don't want to live anymore because my mentor's dead." And now the suicide attempt and the suicide are linked. What? She literally stated that the reason she was trying to kill herself was because of this other person's death. That makes them link. That makes perfectly sense to me. I don't understand why that's difficult for you to understand. Uh-huh. When when one case causes another case to happen, then they're linked. There you go. All right. So, the Von Karma case from the end of the last game, right? Where Von Karma killed Edgeworth's dad like fucking 15 or 10 or whatever years ago. And then the whole murder about that dad and the cover up of it and like the murder of someone involved in that original case being the present day murder, those were also linked. So it doesn't really have a time limit. As long as one crime eventually is proven to have connection to another crime, the two cases get linked. Look, maybe calling it part 2 isn't the clearest way of wording it, but I assume we have everything for Adrian now. And she's not fucking here. Yeah, she had 4 locks, but I assume everything with her mentor's death eventually gets us to. There aren't any locks on our client. The only locks we currently have lying around that we need to go deal with are the ones that are on Adrian, who's apparently talking to Von Karma right now. Oh, she was. It was stated that she's talking to Von Karma, which is why we're talking to Von Karma now, is because Von Karma is here. Electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. With this, I know where that fool's every move. I don't know. Bumbling. I mean, they were separate departments, but that doesn't mean they didn't work together. I don't think she thinks she has administrative. Yeah. No, that's the result we're gonna get once we get through all 4 of these locks. You're not good at being intimate with another person. Somehow I doubt that. We have to have someone. Oh, I just put wrong here. Oh, it is the newspaper. Oh, it's her mentor. I thought her mentor, she cared about her mentor. Well, the newspaper clipping's not about her mentor though. I don't know, maybe. We will have to find out. And she would have been 21 at the time, because the suicide was 2 years ago. Oh, there we go. So her mentor, the person who found her mentor's body and her mentor represented was Juan. Yeah, her mentor was Juan's manager. So she wants to get close to Juan, not because, saucy love story, but because she knows Juan knows shit about what happened with her mentor and what drove her mentor's suicide. I only got rid of one now. Um, you're completely at ease. Alright, hold on. It's gonna be one of I I assume it's yeah. I'm assuming because of her death, you tried to kill yourself. I mean, not testified because it's not. She never went. It never went to court. It's not a court thing. She went when the. I don't think it's an affidavit. Still, it, I, if the police ask you something and you answer it, that's not an affidavit. I don't think we have a signed affidavit of that. I think that we just have the police report of what happened, and the police. Right. That's because my guess is we're gonna get involved in some deeper bullshit too. Oh, It was 4 pieces of evidence. It just they didn't delete the locks at the right times, I guess. It it it's a sad, slowed down version of the Silver Samurai slash Nickel Samurai theme. The sped up version of this that has more like action sounds to it is the Silver Samurai slash Nickel Samurai theme they use for the samurai shows. I mean, we don't need to go talking about the police report. Oh, it apparently suddenly appeared in her handbag. I don't know, it's fun to twiddle with things. Yeah, well, she's ended up twiddling with the card. Well, yeah, but I think what's going on there that he's making is like this woman doesn't seem to be the one that would forget something, so it's likely that it's likely that it she didn't pick it up someplace and put it in her purse and be like, huh, I don't remember where I got this. It's that she never did get it. Someone slipped it into her purse, right? Said, let's go back to the office. So going back to the office it is. I'm guessing something's gonna happen involving the kidnapper now. And yeah, see, because the game needs us away from other people so that the kidnapper can call us. No, it's not the cell phone, it's the transceiver we got. I said ask my sis. I mean, she's a ghost. She can go anywhere she wants, so Mia can channel Mia while she's locked into the thing so that Mia knows everything she needs to know, and then Mia can get channeled by fucking what's her name, the little girl. Yeah, Pearl. Pearl. Well, cause Mia and Maya are like, they're very similar names, but Pearl's not similar to those names. And then Pearl can channel Mia so that Mia can jump back and forth between locations. I mean, if she's dead or not is different from is she being treated well or if she's being like tortured or something. Jeff, there's other things that can be happening other than she's either sitting in a room by herself or she's dead. He promised not to harm her, so he could be harming her but not killing her. As I said, I think it's that Mia is channeling Maya, or Maya's channeling Mia while she's locked up. So unless she's channeling Mia when the kidnapper shows up, I don't know if she necessarily knows. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me, and I'm not going to die. Quick, we can get super drunk. She was able to use the card to do to do the credit card lock thing. I mean, just because she got out of the room doesn't mean she's like free right now. Yeah, we have to prove that the stab isn't what killed him, and then find some. Well, but then we can find some other way of it getting put there post mortem as an implement to frame. Well, it might be that just because his fingerprints are on the knife doesn't mean he actually stabbed Corda. It just means no. I think it's he was using the knife to eat in the other room because we're eating in the other room across the hall, and someone just took the knife carefully and put it into the corpse after they were dead, and left it there so that they had its fingerprints on it. They got his fingerprints on the knife a different way. And then someone else with like gloves on or something put the knife in the corpse. Well, so once again, Jeff, that comes after we find a way to prove that the knife wasn't the murder weapon. So first we have to prove. I know, but my point is that's the explanation, right? Once we can prove the knife's not the murder weapon, then we can address his fingerprints being on the knife. Well, we'll find evidence. We will find evidence of it. Anyway, give me a second here. I know there's a bad ending you can get, and I want to make sure I don't get that bad ending. That's why I need to. That's why I need to know how the bad ending works to make sure I don't get locked into it. If there's a way you can get locked into it, that's what I'm looking up here, Jeff. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out this out. Okay, I now know. I now know what we must make sure doesn't happen in order to get the proper ending, not the bad ending. Oh.
you don't like my gift, I still expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest. Well, that's our present, I guess. She's alive and in stable condition. All right. So whoever this mystery man is, she's alive. Is saying she's alive and in stable condition. So Von Karma's not dead. She's just in the hospital. He's the one delivering the news that Von Karma is alive and in stable condition. Due to the circumstances, Miss Francesca Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. Prosecution is ready. Eh. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is. I mean, if it's an emergency scenario like this, they might. Miss, Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I have this case over. I looked this case over and I'm familiar with the details. Court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I mean, maybe he was able to prove to them that he looked over the case and knew about the case. This is a very. I mean, I wouldn't call this bad. It's not as action packed like "Go Get 'Em." It's because it's a slower song. After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Nothing's gonna happen, and he's not gonna get fired. But, I mean, I assume he's getting fired for helping us or something. But murder happened after the Hero of Heroes Award series. Oh, we're gonna have to press something to get more information. actually don't know how much Miles is gonna show up later in the series because he does get his own spin-off game. And I assume his spin-off game comes after the second game, but before the third game. Only a careless amateur would believe something so brilliant as that, pal. Is this bandana? Where's the bandana? It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death. Yeah, he was choked, not stabbed. Because now we have the autopsy report. Strangled with a scarf, then stabbed. Why did you think there was something suspicious about the guitar case? The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. Each thought the other guy was in his way. As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninja button. Stuff found. The fingerprints were all over the knife. It was sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly. There is the victim's blood and Enguard's fingerprints in the gripped Gatewater is engraved, which is the name of the hotel. Was ripped from his costume, is covered in Kurita's blood, found in Enguard's hakama, which is the ninja pants. The samurai pants. All of this points. Alright, well, let's read what he has to say. Why arrest Enguard? Evidence lion, soft, penetrated all over the knife. Defendants bought the knife for the crime. Well, no, he didn't buy it because it got, got the Gatewater thing on it. It's the hotel's knife. This was a premeditated is simply that the client bought a knife beforehand. Take a look at the handle of this knife. You'll see what I'm talking about. What? Gumshoe said he bought the knife. You don't buy a knife from a true, but there's I mean it's still part of the crime and he thinks the knife was still purchased premeditatively. Well, it's because he said there's no one presently on the police force that would ever think this, is what Edgeworth said, and then Gumshoe goes, but I'm on the police. Oh. I mean, it proves that here's where the knife came from. I don't think I don't think it's bad. I just think it's lame. Like it's not exciting for the as compared to some of the other music in this game where it's always like ba 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 ba, you know that shit. I mean, he probably just read through everything that Von Karma already had written down and stuff. Well, we know she did investigation. We were investigating behind her at several points yesterday. Hey, so I do. Yeah, I was literally looking at the guide, and yeah, you get a game over if you present the wrong thing, and you have to present the wine glass. They didn't make anything up. It's just you're starting from the end result and moving backwards. He's not saying making something up would be saying something like, "Oh, it must have gotten there because the person who witnessed or found the body said it there," without any proof of that. Rather than saying that doesn't sound like it makes much sense. Let's figure out why. Like that's not making something up. It's just saying no, I don't believe that that's true. Yeah, we're bullshitting our way to get more time, but we're not. Apparently. Apparently, the fingerprints on the glass were Adrian Andrews. Yes, because that's what stunned people do. They carefully set drinks on counters. I I think if we're caught off guard, yeah, dropping it on the floor is what I think would be what happened. I don't know. We'll have to figure out what the fuck happened with this. Yeah, we actually even know who the next witness is anyway. It's Old Big. Edgy boy, it's been a while. Oh, that's right. She liked Edgeworth a lot. Well, that and she really liked Edgeworth. Yeah. Might have. He's got the age of question mark, question mark, question mark. Or just question. I like the fact that Celeste doesn't have an age either, because her age is deceased. How old she was when she died. Huh. I don't think I ever really noticed that when Karma was 18. He's the same age as Maya. Constantly tries to whip people. I mean, he's the same age as Phoenix. And it's just a toy gun. It's not actually. And as we've stated a million times while playing these games, the court of Neo Tokyo is not anywhere near anywhere like normal court. Well, clearly they don't. I mean, you're correct because of how stacked against the the defense every case automatically is in this world. Well, the prosecution doesn't have to be like as Like, we've already pointed out that the prosecution just be like, yeah, there's this evidence that makes it look like that guy did it. And the judge will be like, that makes sense. I think that guy did it. And then it's up to the defense to convince the judge that, hold on now, just because there's this one thing that makes that guy kind of look like he did it, I have to now go X, Y, Z out of my way to prove not just that that piece of evidence doesn't line up, but also all this other shit doesn't line up, and basically always have to find the actual killer. Edgy poo. What goodness. What was she trying to find out? She can't do that in the United States court system, but she's not in the United States court. Because we're not in the United States court system! I figured it out. Well, if he's dressed in his casual clothes, then how did it end up in his costumes pocket? Yeah, he's wearing his casual clothes. He's not wearing the samurai pants. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But I do have the guide because I really want to make sure I don't get the bad ending. So it is. I mean, it's a bad ending. The game ends. You get the end credits. Like the game is done, and you miss like a whole day's worth of stuff, and it canonically won't make sense once we start the next game because we never see Maya again in the bad ending. This is the Nickel Samurai costume. Yeah, it's the big poofy samurai pants. Ooh, I saw. Well, she claims she saw on guard, but now we're pointing out the fact that she saw. Well, she said the clothing she saw was his casual clothing, not the samurai clothing. There was an achievement for that I just got, by the way. Yeah, by pressing on that, there's apparently an achievement. According to the Godhead reviews. It's a contradiction where you have to think like how the game would make you think. So the contradiction here is if he was in costume, his costume would have gloves, thus there wouldn't be fingerprints on the knife. Yeah. No, he has to bring the knife from his room. So if he's going to just have a friendly chat, why the fuck did he bring the knife from his room? That's your contradiction. So Edgeworth is now claiming that originally maybe he took his gloves off because he went in there to have a friendly chat or to have a chat and wasn't intending to kill him and took his gloves off. But if that's the case, why did he bring the fucking knife with him to begin with? We're still not actually like nothing Phoenix is doing is like proving that our guy didn't do it. It's just proving the way in which our guy did it. Well, because it's constant like, well, clearly it was this instead. Like, if he wasn't in his costume, or if he was in his costume, then he wouldn't have left fingerprints. It's like, okay, so he wasn't in his, costume, but he took his gloves off. Well, why did he take his gloves off? Well, maybe he wasn't there to murder him originally. Well, then why did he bring the knife? Like, it's just we're not. I've got some information, some very secret information that's from a certain source. That's why I was doing my own little investigation. Everybody in this case was doing their own investigation for all sorts of random reasons, most of which were because of this rumor. Because Old Bag was there because she was trying to find information regarding the 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 scandal, and so was Lotta. Lotta was there for that same reason. I mean, she was looking for her camera. Hit the highway to the danger zone. Highway to the danger zone. I don't know why he called up danger zone, but he did. Hit the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. He said, God, he could ruin. Why is this top secret? Nobody else but you and me know yet. I thought. Well, if she knows about it, it's because she got a hold of the camera and got to see the pictures. Well, if she has information that not even the tabloids have yet about this, then the only way she could have gotten that is if Lotta managed to get her pictures, and if Old Big managed to snag the camera. No, but she claims no one but her knows this. Well, the note was in the camera bag, so if she stole just the note, she would have to have also stolen the camera, because the camera's missing. And I think she has the camera. She just pulled it out. I think when you have the last name Old Bag, it comes with the territory. Alright, time to look at the camera photos. Well, we know only one photo that seems relevant is the case on the camera. And it's the nickel samurai coming out of the room. It proves it proves that she was not lying when she said she saw the nickel samurai coming out of the room. But he But it doesn't prove that the person in the suit is the person is on guard. Now this is where I wish I had the button to pull up past dialogue, because I don't think that's what that said, but I see what they did there. They're doing a call back to the previous case involving the samurais. There was something we had to point out in the photo of the samurai in the previous one too. Yeah, so in the previous game, someone was wearing the costume that wasn't supposed to be to frame max powers, and the legs of the costume were too long because it wasn't the same person in the costume. Same is true here. Also, this is another insta death if we get it wrong. Because they're clumped up on the bottom. I think the one arm we can't see is, yeah. Woman who committed suicide 2 years ago. She's short. That's what explains why the costume would crumple up on her ankles like that. And she can move freely in and out of Mr. Onguard's room because she's also stayed in there. And she had access to the knife that she used. Okay, we have to get a verdict today. Yeah. Hmm. All right, here's the thing though. It is 10:05 on a Sunday. Do we want to continue this day of court or do we want to call it here in case this goes on for a really long time? Well, um do it work. Yeah, let's hey, let's go for it. I think we can finish this day in court. a thing of his. It's like he's got it in his mouth here too. That's just a character trait. He always has it in his mouth. Hey, she can wear what she wants. If other people wear what she wants, it's her choice. Card. Yeah, the manager from the studio who represents him, so same thing. Not lying, Jeff. She's just not writing it down like super, super, super thoroughly. Like, is she the manager of him? Yes. How is she the manager of him? Well, she's the manager that works for the studio who oversees him. I don't. I think he's getting a phrase wrong. Yes, there was. Because the case was opened, the fingerprints on the case show that it was opened by the murder victim. So if the vase couldn't have fallen on top of the case, with it being closed at that time, when he was already dead, it had to have fallen on it when it was closed, and then he would have to open it after the fact. Yeah, it's open in the photos. According to the evidence, it had fingerprints on it. I am looking at the guide right now so that we don't waste a bunch of time, so that we can get through this in a timely manner. Um, which is how I knew exactly which thing to do. I could have shown that or the photo though. I had options there, according to the guide. Because either you bring up the guitar case because his fingerprints are the only ones on it, meaning he opened it and it couldn't have fallen on top of it, or you show the time photo. See, now see, so this is the crime scene photo I could also show. Right? So Gumshoe's. He was here. He's not. That's what he said earlier. Remember? That's how we got the gum. Ah, and we got her. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case. Nope. The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. As to why I opened the guitar case, even I don't know. Yes, it is. She left fingerprints on something else. Yeah, her fingerprints are on the glass. I would like to say, so I believe I would have figured that one out myself, but I am still reading the guide as I stated, so I will not take credit for any of these deductions. But I do believe I would have gotten that one had that not been there, so I do want to state that. Because that wasn't even that long ago. Her glasses broke, and then she pulls out another pair and slides them on. I don't fully get this one either, like why this is needed, but apparently the costume was inside the case. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. So apparently, all right, we'll pick that one. It's wrong, but because he was sleeping in the costume. Remember the photo of him sleeping? We don't have a photo, but it was shown earlier. Very small penalty though. Look at the only one. Yeah, the guy mentioned that being hilarious. Anyway, I didn't think it was that funny, but the concept of having to run on stage naked or whatever, apparently whoever wrote this guide thought that was hilarious because they said alternatively, if you're willing to risk the damage, there's a funny conversation that happens. The Nickel Samurai had no idea about the press conference. So who was actually supposed to be giving the press conference in the Nickel Samurai costume? No. So what the Phoenix is about to get at is that Juan had the spare costume in the guitar case because Juan was going to be the one wearing it for the press conference. I don't know. We're gonna have to get to that. Yeah, I think this makes better sense if she's not the killer. That we have some third killer on the loose. Well, but the thing we're trying to say now is that she set the drink down and her fingerprints were on the drink, and then she tipped over the vase onto the thing. Then she opened up the case to put the costume on, but her fingerprints aren't on the guitar case. So no, she didn't open the guitar case. Well, I do think this concept of the press conference was set up so that the killer could wear the costume out or whatever. It makes sense, but what I think it might be is that our kidnapper's the killer somehow. Well, if this is true, now we actually have motive for Matt. Because if Matt found out about this plot of if Matt wins, Juan's gonna ruin his career. Apparently, according to her, Juan had a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's career. I don't know. I'm just curious where this is going. Well, she was. Well, we already knew she was using her womanly. Well, we know she was using her womanly charms to try to get other information out of Juan. That was something she was actively doing. As Phoenix says, she didn't actually have romantic tensions to him, but she was playing at it to get information about her mentor. So, yeah, we know that much. We know that much. She said that much to us. The moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. What he claims. Not. Not. Well, blood wouldn't have gotten on it during the struggle because the struggle wasn't involving the knife. No, but I believe blood could have gotten on the button when he was stabbed because he was stabbed right where the button would have been. That's where the knife is in the photo. Um, so I Yeah, but I mean, if you're right where the knife, if you're right by the knife wound, it makes sense that you're gonna get at least that much blood on it. But it didn't come off during the struggle, is the point we're making here. Yeah, the button would have, the stab would have happened after. I mean, he's gonna explain it here. We know the button wasn't torn off during the fight, so he's saying now it was purposely torn off to be used as framing. Used as frame. I choose you! Come on. Oh, we made her glasses break again. Luckily, she had a third pair! Oh, now she has glasses number 4. Because he had some sort of secret destroying. Yeah, he had some sort of evidence to destroy the other guy's career. Okay, good. They are bringing up the one problem I have in this story, which is her fingerprints weren't on the goddamn tar case. Yeah, that's why I'm. Use the towel or something to open it. So she intentionally left. So he's saying she intentionally left the prints on the tomato glass to add a different story, but didn't leave them on the guitar. Oh, and flimsy as shit. Yeah. Oh, there we go. She lost another pair of glasses. Oh, she has glasses on. So she does have a fifth pair.
No, we didn't. The bad ending has to do with who we find guilty in this trial at the end of the day. Like, who gets. So there's a couple different characters that we can eventually at the end of this say this person did it, have them taken away. Like at the very end of this all, and who we pick at that time determines which ending we get. I mean, as Mia's pointing out, I think Edgeworth is doing that thing that I think he did it at one point in the other game too, where rather than be an opponent, he knows the answer, or he's on the same side as us at trying to find who actually did it, and he's trying to find ways to like play the game of us versus him in a way that gets us to the ultimate thing. Hence why he was prepared, right? Earlier, they made the point of saying he was prepared for us to move on to Andrews today. Like, he already had Andrews prepared to show up today. Why? I think he knows about the kidnapping of Mia, and he's trying to, or of Maya, and he's trying to help us get what we need.
I mean, at the end of the day, he is a good person. No, at the end of the day, he is a good person. What are we on? Number 6 pair of glasses or number 7 pair of glasses? Oh. Says this again. Hi, can you hear me? I don't exactly know what happened or on whose end it happened on, but because my everything was still running properly, or it seemed to be running properly on my end, but I couldn't hear you, and you said the last thing I heard you say was something crashing. So then I decided to like close Discord and reopen it. That would reconnect things. It did. So I don't know if you lost the window that you were streaming to the internet. So I don't know if that window is still being streamed to the internet. We are currently not live on YouTube. At least not from what I can tell. Oh wait, no, there is one. Hold on, let me. Maybe I clicked the wrong one. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Well, you need to adjust our volumes for sure, because I can't hear you. I'm watching the YouTube video right now. I can't hear you, and I can barely hear me. There's that. I can't hear you at all. But other than that, it was capturing the right screen.
Well,
so full screen the stream and everything. But
maybe I put on a bit. Well, if I need to boost both of us, I can. I'll go.
I can barely hear myself, and I cannot hear you at all.
I'll go up to 12. I don't know why you can't hear me, because I can see that I'm catching. Or maybe the change is like isn't fast enough.
You gotta remember, what I'm watching on YouTube right now is about. I can hear you now in the stream. It's still.
Yeah.
Still might need to be a little bit louder.
Yeah, it looks like the connection's getting all fucky again. Yeah, OBS looks like it's dropping frames like a bitch, so... Look, I've boosted both of our audios. I put us both up. I can see my fucking levels going, so I'm just gonna assume at this point that YouTube's probably a few minutes behind, and it's just needs to catch up with itself. I have a watch option.
I was gonna say, you're sounding fine on the stream right now. I'm currently waiting to hear myself talk, because as I said, there is a delay in this. So
I'm trying to open the fucking thing again, but like I hit the watch button and it's not doing anything. It's like now the stream's just a tiny fucking window.
I'm still very quiet.
I boosted you by like 6. What the hell do you mean you're quiet? Maybe I got something on the mixer not working right.
I don't know. And then you're also, yeah, you're currently struggling. You're currently struggling to show the game on the stream. Oh, there, you got it to work.
Well, yeah, I got that going.
You gotta understand, when I'm monitoring the stream to see how the stream is from the audience perspective, I am like 30, 40 seconds behind.
I mean, I can see your levels on the mixer, but I can't see mine on the mixer, so I don't know if
You're fine in the stream now.
Okay, so it is.
I'm still super quiet.
You're still quiet.
I'm still super quiet.
Okay, I can see that you're quiet. I just I don't want to. The problem is I don't want to boost it too much, because I think you're attached to the game itself, which I might be able to reduce the volume of the stream.
You can, if you go into the while watching the stream.
Okay, yeah, I can
on Discord. You can adjust the individual stream that I'm sending you.
Okay, so I can balance it to make you louder specifically.
Yeah.
Well, let me look at the levels again. I can check to see where you're at. Just need to wait for you to say something.
Okay, I'm talking now, so we'll see what it sounds like.
Okay, I might have to boost you a little bit more to equal up with me. Cause I'm currently at around looks like around just above 15. I think you were like struggling to hit 20. So I boosted you up a little more.
Okay, so I'll start talking again.
Okay, I think I need to drop you a little bit more, but I think we're equal now, according to at least this stupid thing. At least according to my mixer.
I'm roughly the same volume as you, but I think my voice just naturally sounds quieter than yours on the stream. But it sounds like we're roughly the same volume right now.
Well, at least that improvement will keep for quite a while because I don't have to adjust that a lot. I can usually do that on the mixer specifically, so whatever. Hello everybody, apparently, because we don't have anybody watching this shit, we didn't have anyone ever point that out before. But whatever, it's fixed. We got everything mixed up. Completely different now.
Yeah, in the future I'll have to get on at the beginning of every stream. I used to do it when we first started. I used to pop on and watch at the very beginning.
That's back when we were running the stream through fucking Elgato and we really did need a sound check. And that was because I was too much of a fucking cheapskate to not buy the Mass Effect trilogy on PC. Which I still think was an improvement, at least to stream content, because the 360 version was pretty fucking bad. Are we still struggling with the Fifth Amendment, like, implications?
Well, so Edgeworth is pointing out to her as of right now that if she keeps quiet at this point, what's gonna happen is Engard walks free and she becomes the guilty party.
Well, how is she gonna get out of this, though? I don't think there's a route that she can get out of it at this point.
There is, but you'll see it in a second. I only know it because I know who the guilty party is because I had to read it in order to know what to do to prevent the bad ending.
Oh,
I know who is the murderer.
Are you spoiling my ass now?
I'm not spoiling you so much as getting, like, slightly ahead of where we are.
I guess it's not really a spoiler if it's gonna happen 5 minutes in the future.
Not even 5 minutes, I don't think. I think we're about to get at what she did.
Well, there's no reason it's Francisca. That's ridiculous.
Oh, it's not So Francisca's the one that fed her the idea of keep your mouth shut at all costs.
Yeah, Francisca reminded you that you have rights. What a ridiculous notion.
But Edric is currently pointing out that if she sticks to Von Karma's advice right now, she's actually just going to get herself.
Which, again, I'm pretty sure wouldn't happen because you can't use the fucking implication that someone uses their right against them in court. Which, if this court is saying that they have something similar to the Fifth Amendment, they should have that because it should have been upheld by a different case. Which I don't think would have happened, like, way far in the future from the right itself being established. But then again, I would have to research what happened in our timeline to figure that out. Okay, how about if we can get Matt and Guard a not guilty verdict today, can we get another day to save Maya? Because I don't know what our deal is with the kidnapper. But then again, the whole thing probably doesn't matter because Maya, for all we know, is perfectly fucking safe. Because she got out of the box that she was put in. I would say request a not guilty verdict, if that's what we need. If we don't need to prove that she did it.
It doesn't matter.
What? How does it not matter?
Well, the option we pick here doesn't matter because, fucking, Edgeworth is gonna do something.
Why are we relying on Miles to do something? It seems like that could fuck us. That I always win because I have all these notes! Do you have any evidence for your claim? What, that he has evidence? Huh? Is this gonna be something like fictionalitis?
It has to do with your dependency.
I guess it's a mental illness. I think he's a big picture kind of guy. Or maybe an ends justify the means sort of person. Wait, what? What is this inconvenience you're talking about? Well, can we get to the point, Miles? If you have one. Okay, so she didn't do the actual murder part. Oh, what to do? Press her on... Yeah, that was pretty obvious. Bet your spikes? What? I've never heard that before.
His spikes as in his hair.
Oh!
Bet my head.
Okay, so there are witnesses is the problem, but... Was that before or after she changed into the costume?
Before she changed into the costume. So the costume was there for the reason she said it was there. It was there because he was going to wear it to reveal Matt.
But then why was she running back and forth between the rooms?
Well, so she made sure no one was there when she ran back and forth the first time, but when she needed to run back at the very end, that's when everybody had already...
You had to dump the costume.
Well, no. So she found the dead body. She runs back to her room, grabs the knife.
Yep.
Stabs the body, grabs the button, is about to run back to her room when she notices Lotta and Old Bag in the hallway. That's when she decides to use the costume that's already in the guitar case for the reason we established the reason for it being in the guitar case.
So all of the fucking around that she did in all those flashbacks was what actually happened. It's just that she didn't do the...
guide says I have to press everything.
Because...
But this is all true, apparently. Everything she's saying is true.
Because she didn't do the actual murder part is the thing that she's saying. He was gonna reveal Matt was in the closet. Like an absolute asshole. And that would ruin his career in the mid-2000s.
I mean, you're not... This wouldn't be the first time I've watched a Japanese story do that.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you watched it. Danganronpa 3 anime. The boxer guy is gay, and like part of what pushes him to
that
the
really
edge
big
is that
guy.
he has to stay. The boxer guy has to stay in the closet at all costs because the whole story, like, for a long time, they like play the idea that there's a love triangle there between the girl, the maid teacher girl, the like president guy, and the boxer, where they make you think the love triangle is the boxer and the guy are both in love with the girl, but then eventually it's revealed that it's the other way around. The love triangle is the girl and the boxer guy are both in love with the president guy.
Which that was
part of the boxer guy's motivation to do some of the evil things he's done in his life up until that point was because he had to stay in the closet no matter what.
that was around 2015, or would it be like 2017?
That would have been like 2015.
So, aka way too late for that to be a plot point.
I mean, Japan's a different country.
How dare Japan be another country? We're gonna have to drag it all the way to America and put it right next to, I don't know,
Japan's LGBT stuff
California.
is slowly getting there, it feels like nowadays, but still behind the United States. Which is sad to say, because even in the United States right now, it's still not. Well, it's not going to get you like fired or canceled in Hollywood. There's still a lot of issues that can come from stuff because of right-winged politicians targeting, and the right-winged crowd in the United States constantly targeting LGBT people.
Well, cancellation is also not a thing, so that wouldn't really matter.
Well, I mean, you're not, as I said, you're not, in the United States, I don't really feel too many people are going to be losing their job over being gay or, like, but people can still lose their reputations. People can still lose their reputations if they're in if they're where they are is predominantly right-winged.
Yeah, we already got this information. This is the running back and forth thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the,
I'm just pressing on everything, and every time I finish pressing on something, it automatically moves on to the next thing she said, so...
Probably gonna be missing some details, considering that I was doing a discussion for 2 minutes.
Fair.
But everything is important. You need to know this stuff. Otherwise, how would you have known that we watched the Danganronpa TV show? I mean, she's gonna be, like, trumped up on, like, a few crimes for this, because what she was doing was a crime.
Yes.
Wait, one of our clients actually did it? That would be a twist. Which means that it's probably not the case. Because we only have people who are not guilty. Wait, she didn't talk to Franziska before this happened.
Yeah, she did. We walked in on her talking to Franziska, remember?
Well, before the crime.
Oh, it wasn't before the crime, it was well after the crime.
Yeah, so Franziska wouldn't have, like, convinced her to do the crime itself.
No, that's not what she was saying. She said Franziska convinced her to keep her mouth fucking shut about what she did because Matt was gonna get the guilty verdict anyway.
Yes, because he clearly did all of the crime part. You know, before you did your own crime. What do we still have to prove at this point? Guess it is. We can't indict her on murder, but we can indict her on the other shit. She already basically confessed to doing it.
Can't indict her on murder.
God, what is this court? They only hear murder? That's all they do? Is everything murder? What's with Japan and all these, like, adventure games that, like, they only do murders? No other crimes exist? Oh, damn, did we fuck up? Oh, crap, the judge disappeared.
So this is after as everybody's left.
But we decided to stick around?
Well, we're still around because we're like, oh god, Maya. That's why we're still around.
Wait, how did we not win an acquittal? We already proved that he wasn't guilty! I'm actually surprised they don't use that picture more, because that's actually a really good picture of Phoenix defeated.
So now everybody's gone. Edgeworth is asking her about the card in her hand.
Well, it doesn't really have any bearing on this case, since no one knows what it is.
Jeff, us as the player have seen that card in one other place. Do you remember where the one other place we saw that card was?
Yeah, but that's meta information, and that's cheating.
Well, Miles seems to have information that we don't. So let's find out what Miles knows here.
That's a Deus Ex Machina right there. And Miles just comes in and knows about this. And we don't. Wait, in the room? I thought you found it in your purse.
She claimed to us she found it in the purse. But it was by the body.
You probably should have mentioned that at some point. Yes, it does! This is a calling card to the murderer! What are you talking about? Why would you not have mentioned this? This is completely ridiculous. This would have proved that she didn't do the crime because she doesn't know what this is. And she probably could have proven that. God, this is so stupid. Like, this would have been such an easier out for her. Instead of all the bullshit she had to make up to get there. Well, I'm guessing we got halfway through the final case. That is, unless you want to keep going.
We're not halfway through the final case because I think we have one more day of this, and then we have I believe we have one more day of this, and then we have a choice to make at the end of the next day that either ends the game there and gets the bad ending, or allows us to get the good ending, and then based on that.
Is this going to be a Danganronpa thing where I don't know if it's required because we didn't do it, but do we have to get the bad ending to get the good ending?
No. This is, if we get the bad ending here, we get the bad ending, credits roll, game over. Like, that's bad ending.
Well, then I'll have to work to convince you to take the bad ending. Because it'll probably be more correct than the good ending. Because Pearl will have been the one who did the crime. Maya's the kidnapper. That's the bad choice. It might just be Alicia, to be honest. Because she's the one on the hot table. The table of spiciness. So what's going to be your choice? Do you want to go for more investigation time, or do you want to cut it for today's episode?
Will be where we cut it, because
unfortunately you have a job.
I have a job and everything. But yeah, so what's gonna end up happening is we'll figure out who the real murderer is, but then the game will give us a thing, and then yeah. So
well, then I'll just do a quick reminder for everybody. Again, it's the holidays, so this is definitely subject to change more than usual. But the current plan, because we'd never discussed it, so it's just the default plan. Next Friday, I'm pretty sure it's Friday, we'll be continuing in Killer 7. I did look it up, and honestly, I should have seen this before. We're going to be starting Chapter 3 of 7, because everything in that game is of 7s. And we'll be continuing on from the most ridiculous random headshot I've ever gotten in any game. And, we'll just, keep going. Because, I think we're going to be riding the struggle bus throughout the rest of the LP, to be honest. It was, in retrospect, not a real good choice for a blind LP. But I committed to it, so I'm gonna keep going.
yeah, so there you have it.
Because as I said as the part of the audio that we apparently lost, I played all of Final Fantasy Legend, and that was a garbage game, so I'm willing to commit to trash.
I'm not, but I don't have a choice in the matter for his release, so. I just end up on my phone and miss things that are happening when we get stuck in garbage games.
It was one of those weird situations where, like, it wasn't garbage because it was really hard. It was just really hard to, like... It was difficult getting the shot. It was difficult not avoiding the damage. So we ended up trying to get a headshot for about a half hour. So, yeah. No idea what's up next. The game seems to be speeding up a little bit. And at least it should be done in at least 4 episodes max. So check back for us when we continue where we left off. And get more elemental rings that I can immediately forget about.
Yep.
We'll be doing more balancing act for as long as our minds hold out. Thanks for joining us again.